In just 14 hours, many of us are going to be watching the upcoming UFO hearing live. And this is the beginning of many more hearings to come. In one of Chris Sharp's recent articles, he said that it's his understanding that there will be many, many more UFO hearings to follow, and that it will follow a process similar to the church committee that investigated abuses within the intelligence community during the 1970s. So in other words, this will be like a process to get the intelligence community to stop lying to the public about UFOs and to rein in what they've been doing for decades. I perceive this upcoming hearing like you're standing at the shore looking out into the horizon and you see a set of waves coming your way. 10-foot perfect waves, offshore winds, maybe 2 or 3 people sitting in the lineup, and you're about to jump into the ocean with your surfboard, paddle out for some of the best waves of your life. But right now, we are just on the shore. We haven't even gotten our toes wet in the ocean. There's much more to come. Things are looking very promising in my opinion. And look, I've already been very clear who I voted for. I'm not going to dwell on that. If you want to know, just go to a former video where I relate it. I don't think it's that big a deal. But whether you support Trump or not, whether you think he's good for the country or not, it is clear to me that the administration he's putting together looks very, very pro-UFO transparency. Now, whether Trump lives up to that or not, I have no idea. Whether the people under Trump live up to that or not, I have no idea. But let me go over some of the people that he's selected for his administration. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz. And here's a direct quote from Mike Waltz. I don't know, it was in, I think, July of 2023, but I don't know the source. He stated, if this is some type of alien craft or just something we completely out of this world can't explain, then in my view, that's something that American people deserve to know. And I just recently learned that Trump has conveyed that his choice for CIA director is John Ratcliffe. Now, John Ratcliffe served under Trump for a very brief time as the director of national intelligence. And he has stated many times that UFOs are beyond next generation technology. He has stated that we can't defend against them, that we can't duplicate their technologies. He said, and this is a quote, he wants it would be healthy for as much of this information to get out as possible so that the American people can see what we're dealing with in reference to UFOs. So John Ratcliffe is clearly pro-UFO transparency. And we know that through that direct quote where he stated explicitly that he wants as much of this information to get out as possible, but also he has been unambiguous about UFO capabilities. He has not described UFOs as something like, oh, maybe it's a weather phenomena or maybe it's a foreign adversary. No, he's been explicit that it's something we don't understand, something we cannot duplicate, something that we cannot even defend against. So him becoming the director of the Central Intelligence Agency is not a trivial. In fact, he will become the CIA director if he's selected. I thought he was, but I'm not sure now. But I do know that is Trump's choice. If he becomes the director of the Central Intelligence Agency, there will be no CIA director ever in the history of the United States government that has spoken about UFOs as much as he has. Now, Roscoe, I can't remember his name, but Roscoe was the first CIA director, and he said something about after his tenure as the first director of the Central Intelligence Agency, he said something to the effect that the Air Force gives the impression that UFOs are not a big deal, but beyond closed doors, members of the Air Force are extremely concerned about UFOs. And yet, he said that after his tenure, John Ratcliffe has made multiple sentiments about UFOs. Way more than Roscoe Colin, I can't remember his last name. And then the Secretary of State that Trump has selected is Marco Rubio, as far as I understand. And Marco Rubio has been a huge advocate for UFO transparency and has spoken very clearly about UFOs. He's spoken about UFO whistleblowers coming forward, talking about how some of them are employed by the U.S. government, some of them are ex-government officials. He said things to the effect of, I don't know why they would make this up, since they have no reason to make things like this up, considering they work for the government or they work for aerospace companies and so forth. So he's given a lot of credence to the whistleblowers that have come forward. And so we do have an administration that's coming into power with multiple figures known for advocating for UFO transparency, but not only advocating for UFO transparency, but giving UFOs credence as a profound scientific mystery, as opposed to, for example, what the former director of AARO, Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, has done, which is try to downplay UFOs every chance he's gotten, saying it's not a profound scientific mystery. They're not beyond next generation technology. Nothing to see here, folks. You can all go home. And so tomorrow's a big day. And I look forward to the hearing tomorrow. I will be doing a live stream at 10:30 a.m. Eastern for an hour up until the hearing starts at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. So I hope you can join me for that. And we're all about to get into the ocean and start paddling out for those beautiful waves that are coming our way. You know, it takes a little bit of time to paddle out. You got to paddle, and then sometimes waves come your way, and you got to duck dive underneath the waves, and it can take time to get out into the lineup. But it's a sunny day. There's 10-foot perfect waves, set after set, very few people out, and we're about to get some of the best rides of our life. It's going to take some time, but that's our destiny. I'll see you in the next episode.